So, here you are, trying to figure out the difference between ego and intuition. Let's start with the obvious. Intuition is your best friend, while your ego is that friend who always stirs up drama for no reason. You know the type. Intuition doesn't shout or demand attention. It's calm, like a river flowing gently. It doesn't rush you into decisions, doesn't cause you sleepless nights, and certainly doesn't make you obsess over things that, let's be real, don't matter in the grand scheme of things. When intuition speaks, it's like a soft whisper from the universe. It's that sudden, peaceful clarity that washes over you, telling you what to do without the need for second guessing. But ego? Oh, ego is loud. It's like a bad reality TV show playing in your head, full of drama, fear, and over-the-top emotions. Ego loves to create a scene, to make you think that the world is ending if you don't act now. It's anxiety in a bottle, and it's not here to help you, it's here to keep you stuck in a loop of fear and obsession. How many times have you convinced yourself that you just knew something was going to happen? That this person was definitely the one, or that you were destined for some big moment? And how many times did that feeling end up being nothing more than your ego, trying to keep you hooked on a fantasy that was never going to happen? We've all been there, stuck in our heads, thinking that the universe is giving us signs when really, it's just our own projections, our fears, our need to be validated. Here's the thing, intuition doesn't need validation. It just is. It's that quiet confidence you have when you know you're on the right path, even if no one else can see it. Ego, on the other hand, craves validation like it's oxygen. It needs other people to agree with it, to feed it, to keep it alive. And if it doesn't get that validation, it panics. It causes anxiety, makes you question everything, and leaves you feeling more lost than ever. Let's talk about obsession. We've all been obsessed with someone or something at some point. We've all had that feeling of not being able to get someone out of our heads, thinking that this obsession is somehow a sign from the universe that we're meant to be with them. But here's the harsh truth, intuition doesn't do obsession. If you're obsessed, if you're constantly thinking about something to the point of distraction, that's your ego, not your intuition. Intuition doesn't hijack your mind like that. It doesn't keep you awake at night, going over the same scenario again and again. It doesn't make you feel like you're losing your mind. When you're dealing with your ego, you feel anxious, uneasy, and out of control. You second-guess yourself constantly, wondering if you're making the right decisions. But when you're connected to your intuition, you feel calm. You feel at peace with your choices, even if they're difficult. You know deep down that you're doing what's right for you, and that's enough. So, how do you tell the difference? Start by checking in with yourself. How do you feel? If you're calm, grounded, and sure of yourself, that's your intuition guiding you. If you're anxious, obsessing, or constantly seeking validation, that's your ego talking. It's as simple as that. But here's where it gets tricky. Sometimes, ego likes to disguise itself as intuition. It knows that you're trying to be more mindful, more in tune with yourself, so it pretends to be that calm, guiding voice you're looking for. It tells you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. And it's easy to fall for it, especially when you're in a vulnerable place, looking for answers. That's why it's so important to slow down and really listen to what's going on inside you. Don't just react to the first thought or feeling that comes up. Take a moment to breathe, to ground yourself, and ask, is this coming from a place of fear or a place of love? Because intuition always comes from love. Even when it's guiding you to do something hard, something that might hurt, it's always coming from a place of wanting what's best for you. Ego, on the other hand, is rooted in fear. It's that part of you that's afraid of getting hurt, afraid of failure, afraid of being alone. And while it thinks it's protecting you, it's really just holding you back, keeping you small, and stopping you from living the life you truly want. So next time you feel that pull, that sense that something is right or wrong, check in with yourself. Ask, is this my ego or my intuition? And be honest with the answer. Because the more you tune into your intuition, the more you'll realize that it's always been there, guiding you, keeping you safe, and leading you to the life you're meant to live. Now, let's take this a step further. I want you to try something with me, a little test to see whether what you're feeling is your ego or your intuition. Close your eyes. Focus on that thought, that idea, or that sensation that you're unsure about. The one that's been nagging at you, making you wonder whether it's your intuition trying to tell you something or just your ego causing chaos. Really hone in on it. Now, as you focus on this feeling, pay attention to your body's reactions. Does your stomach tighten? Does your breathing change? Do you feel a cold sensation in your gut, like your body is bracing for impact? Do you feel an urge to open your eyes, to stop doing this exercise? Are your eyes darting under your lids, or do you feel restless, like you just can't sit still? If you're feeling any of these things, it's time to be cautious. Because chances are, what you're experiencing isn't intuition, it's ego. It's the voice that thrives on fear, on anxiety, on keeping you off balance. Intuition doesn't do that. Intuition is gentle, even when it's telling you something difficult. It doesn't cause turmoil, it brings peace, even in the face of hard truths. So the next time you're wrestling with a decision, unsure of whether you're listening to your intuition or your ego, remember this exercise. Close your eyes, tune into your body, and listen to the signals it's sending you. Because your body knows. It knows when something isn't right, when fear is trying to disguise itself as wisdom. And it knows when you're truly in touch with that deep, calm knowing that is your intuition. If something I said resonated with you, if it struck a chord in that quiet place inside you, then take it as a sign to start listening more to your intuition and less to your ego. It's time to let go of the noise, the fear, and the drama, and start living from that place of calm, quiet knowing. And if you found this helpful, if you want more of this kind of truth in your life, then hit that subscribe button. Let's build a community of people who are done with the basics, who are ready to dive deep into the complexities of what it means to be truly human. Because at the end of the day, you know, you feel, you want, you intuit, you've always known this deep down. Your intuition is your guide. It's your compass. Trust it, and let it lead you where you need to go.